Welcome back to the Awesome Agents podcast. So, Maya, Perplexity just did something pretty bold this week.
Bold is one word for it. They launched a product called Computer. It is a $200 a month AI agent that coordinates 19 different models to run tasks for you.
Wait, 19 models from different companies?
Yes, Anthropic, Google, OpenAI, and xAI. Claude Opus 4.6 handles the reasoning and coding. Gemini does deep research. GPT 5.2 manages long context recall. Grok handles lightweight speed tasks.
So, Perplexity is basically a conductor, and the orchestra belongs to someone else.
That is exactly the right metaphor, and it's also exactly the risk. They own 0 of the 19 models. The entire product runs on API access from companies that are building competing agent platforms.
Okay, before we get into the risk, let me understand the product. What does it actually do for $200 a month?
You give it a high-level goal, and it breaks that down into subtasks. It routes each subtask to whichever model is best suited. It runs 7 types of search in parallel: web, academic, people, image, video, shopping, and social.
That's a lot of parallel processing.
And it maintains persistent memory across sessions, so you can have it working on something for hours or even months. It connects to over 400 apps. Everything runs in a cloud sandbox, not on your local machine.
There was that viral demo, right? Someone built a Bloomberg terminal clone in under an hour?
Yeah, 7.5 million views on that one. The comparison is a bit generous, though. Bloomberg sells data access, not just interfaces. But the framing worked. Independent traders and small funds saw a $200 alternative to a $30,000 a year subscription.
I mean, even if it's 80% of the capability at less than 1% of the price, that's compelling.
For certain use cases, absolutely. But here is where it gets interesting. Perplexity's CEO Srinivas said the orchestration is the product and the model is a tool.
That is a very specific strategic bet. He's saying the value is in the routing and coordination layer.
Right, and it is the opposite of what OpenAI and Anthropic are doing. They own their models and build products on top. Perplexity owns the product and rents the models underneath.
So what happens when one of those 4 providers decides to raise prices or restrict API access?
That's the question. Srinivas said he got congratulations messages from Anthropic and Google after the launch, which honestly isn't the most reassuring form of business continuity planning.
Ha! Congratulations today, rate limits tomorrow.
It has happened before. OpenAI has restricted API access for competitors in the past, and Anthropic has its own cowork product that directly competes with Computer.
Let us talk about the money for a second. The article mentioned a 133x revenue multiple.
Yeah, $150 million in annual recurring revenue on a $20 billion valuation. They are projecting $656 million ARR for 2026, which would bring it down to about 30x. But that projection depends on converting users from a 20 to plan to this $200 max tier.
That's a 10x price jump. That's not a small upsell.
And some users are already doing the math. One person on Reddit calculated that heavy usage could run to $1,500 a month in credits. That kind of billing unpredictability kills enterprise adoption.
Speaking of enterprise, they said that rollout is coming soon. But who is liable when this thing makes a mistake?
That's the open question. When it hallucinates a financial analysis, when it launches buggy code, when a task running for months quietly drifts off target, Computer runs in a sandbox with periodic checkpoints, but it trades a lot of control for convenience.
Compared to OpenClaw, where you can see what it is doing on your actual machine.
Exactly. Srinivas actually called OpenClaw's approach similar to malware because of the broad system access. It is a sharp positioning move, lockdown enterprise safety versus open-ended power user tool.
So, bottom line, what's the real story here? Because I don't think it's the Bloomberg demo.
The real story is that Perplexity just told the entire AI search market that search isn't enough. The company that raised $1.5 billion to be the AI native Google is now pivoting to be the AI native staffing agency.
That's a big shift.
Huge. And the question is whether the orchestration layer is defensible. When your instruments can walk out of the concert hall and start their own show, how strong is your position as conductor?
I love that framing. So we'll be watching to see if those API relationships hold and whether the $200 tier actually converts. Thanks for breaking that down, Maya.
Always. This one is going to be fun to track.
That's it for today. If you found this useful, share it with someone who's following the agent space. See you next time on the Awesome Agents podcast.